Hi folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm SilmarUK. I'm a variety content creator focused on gaming and technology, and I produce live streams, videos on YouTube, of which this is one, and I also write some blog articles. Tonight we are returning again to Shadowrun Returns, carrying on with our playthrough in the lead up to Cyberpunk 2077 next year. And at the moment we are returning to base to consider the implications of our revelations from last time at the warehouse. So, without further ado, we will return to the game. Okay, and we'll hit continue. So after hours, we return to the Seamstresses Union in the early hours of the morning. It seems a completely different place. For a threat of the normal crowd that haunts it, the bar feels desolate, almost abandoned. It's eerie like the back hallways of hotels and shopping malls. But you finally have a break in your case, a sample of the Ripper's blood. You just need to find someone to help you analyze it. So, before we do anything, we have a load of karma to spend. So, yeah, I like the idea of having Overwatch. That seems good. And we're able to equip 2 drones. I'm liking all of that. Now that only gives us a couple of karma points we could spend, which we might be better off. Oh, developing some biotech could be good if it gives us an idea of enemy hit points. Okay, medicine it is. We'll make a start. Did I get my point in biotech? I did not. There we go. I have now. Right. Find someone who can analyze DNA evidence. Well, there's 2 options. There's our friendly forensic doc. There's also going to be the dock here. As we're at the Seamstresses Union, it's going to be the dock here. Gathered around the intimate back bar, Mrs. Kubota and her courtier gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy cap and something resembling sausages fills the room. Evening, sir, says Mr. Clue. What's the word around town, Mr. Clue? There's been more talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on the account of the victims all being human. There's more to it than just that. My thoughts exactly. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. It's a crime though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Clue, but he reins himself in with a roll of his fixed soldiers and a smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business. Interesting. Ohio, would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Omi, but you look like hell. Let's just say, oh, I've been working, Mrs. Kubota. He looks you over, noticing the signs of your nocturnal activities, and she nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. I agree. Good to be back in one piece. Yeah. Good to have you back. I can tell you've been busy, and I can see you by the look on your face as something you need. Is this about the river? Yeah, I found some DNA evidence and need help analysing it. Let's be straight with her. That is excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I am certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they're awake. It's likely you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. Yeah, take a sausage. Take the whole plate. Oh, we're in our good books. Plate of sausages. Yes, please. Right, you've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper. The Matrix, the cybernetic analogue of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network. The digital world information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, counter-intrusion programs and other active runners. Cyberspace is as many dangers as the meat world or more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black ice that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out and your brains gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker and you can die. With some more supplies, but I suspect we're not going to get the opportunity. Although, what do you want? I was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. They can get rid of it with, say, 20%. I lose 2,000 a year. Deal. Suppose you're doing business. Nice. We almost doubled our money. Right. Let's deal with this karma. I'm rather enamoured of the idea of seeing people's hit points. So we'll have that. ESP control. Increase the power of Decker's expert systems. Okay. Right. These guys want to talk. Morning, you look like you've been up all night. Johnny Clean, you look like you've seen some action too. Where's Doc Castle? Asleep, I assume. Do you need a med kit or something? I need someone to analyse the DNA sample. Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. Consider us for a minute. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode the DNA using a voltage charge instead of light. That will eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. Hey Brian, I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about? The owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. That's where I come in, says Johnny Clean. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. We'll give him the blood sample. Silmar, when David gives me the sequence, I will jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. If this works, I'll bring back more than just a sample. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may Yeah, we'll go with that one. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. No drag. Wake up, Johnny boy. You've got work to do. And Silmar, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig, Silmar. And another 2 karma as well. Cool. Let's take a look at his gear. Don't have a decking for that. Nope, that's pretty much it. Okay. Cool stuff. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results considering it was his first attempt. He was utilising an unproven technique he'd read about in the science journal and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. Sounds fascinating. As time later, maybe you can tell me more about it. Yeah, maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research, but let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives, then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get you into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much technical experience have you had? I'm happy to say I can say I'm pretty damn good. Great, I'll come with just in case any ice decides to crash our party. Nice. Right. Okay, so proper decking. ESP's first. Well, that's nice and easy. We'll take both of those. Now my programs. We can have 4. Now we've got more than that. Blaster will probably be useful. Shield feels like it will replicate that. Suppression, absolutely. Reducing the alarm state can be important. Killer, powerful one-on-one attack. The Great will set them up and Shield gives me another way. Let's have a good defense. The excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network into the digital world washes over you, grips you, crushes you into a singularity and expands you infinitely. You are one with the data stream, and welcome to the Matrix. Aha, right, he's got to jack in. He's all good. We're in. Okay, so that's the alarm level. The arch will take us to the next node. Right. Lone Star's data store. Right. How far can I get? Data stories ahead. Defended by intrusion countermeasures. Okay, Johnny, let's get you moved up. White Sentry. Let's get one of them up. Okay, that's popping that one. Right, so let's overwhelm them. I'll have 2 attackers. Johnny's one first. Cool. Then my one. That's in a bad way. What about Johnny? Have you got a better shot? You have. Cool. Right. Sniffer, killer, and suppression. Right. I need you to fire off a suppression, but you don't have the action points for it. Neither do I. Okay. So. We haven't got line of sight on those. Right. Killer, shield, suppression. Would a blaster do anything? No, not going to work. Okay, I'm going to cast shield on myself. And I'm going to cast shield on Johnny. Johnny, meanwhile, is going to cast a buff on me. And then he's going to cast a buff on himself. Oh, I've been made vulnerable, so I need to hang back. Right. Suppression. Okay, Johnny, you also need to cast that then. Cool. Right, let's get these attack programs in here. Nice. Do that again. Excellent stuff. That one. Line of sight is blocked. Let's move it up. And we've got a star. Right, I'm gonna... we can't do any suppression. Right, we've got to do this quick then. Killer, I feel. Hit him hard. Nice. Let's do that again. Yikes, this one. Dice is down, let's see if we can match the fingerprint. Cool, we've hacked the database. Silas Forsberg, status deceased, profession chop shop, surgical assistant, priors breaking and entering 2 counts, public indecency 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery, no charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man. Let's keep looking. Okay. That case. Johnny. Okay, Newsnet archive and a load of ice. Right, you need to get into cover. Yowza, right, we need to get the attack programs in. Can I get there? I might be able to. Right, from there, I might be able to use this one to damage those two. Johnny, old boy. Cool. That's not so good. Excellent. I missed that one. You've got a good shot. Do that again. Cool, Johnny. Like that, please. Usenet 1. Return on subject Silas Fosberg. The body of Silas Fosberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Fosberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Fosberg's death has been ruled as a suicide. According to reports, his body and massive puncture wounds and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medication and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Fosberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, giving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns, yet another sad end to a life as is far too common here in the sprawl. Right. Alarm state is still clicking up. Johnny. Frustrating. Okay, let's end. Right, cool. Now we can go through. That's annoying. Johnny, what's through there? Interesting. Johnny, move up. Autopsy records. Right. One round before we can do a set of suppressions. Okay. Nice, Johnny. Very nice. Cool. Right. Okay, so the attack programs. That one. Move there. That one. Move there. Johnny, have you got a shot? Try again. Ah, he needed to suppress. Okay. Good. Right, I need to fire off that suppression. Forgot that me and Johnny were supposed to be suppressing. Right. Johnny. Suppression, please. Good. Me. Access those records. Autopsy records. Subject Silas Fosberg. Subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm no next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body. Possibly large bore surgical needles. The body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. This just keeps getting weirder. Okay. Well, we've explored everywhere we could. So, we need to jack out. Johnny, old boy. And our attack programs. And Johnny. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. Newsnet says he left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find his doctor. You in? Give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Right. That's taken us about half an hour, so I'm going to leave this episode here. So we will save our game. And thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please consider liking the video on YouTube, leaving a comment if you have any comments or questions you wish to ask, subscribing to the channel, show support for the channel. It's greatly appreciated, and it will let you know when I put more videos up. Please also consider, if you're interested in my content, checking out my website, SilmarUK.net, where you will find details of my live stream, my other source of content, and also blog articles as I post them. Thank you very much. If you do want to get in touch with me, as well as through YouTube, you can do so on Twitter, where you will find me as SilmarUK. So thank you for now, and I will hopefully see folks again soon.